Man and Land Trucking. We're about to do the trailer. I'm going to let y'all guys know this trailer that they got you doing your practice to do your pre-trip on. You may want to go to the pad and find the trailer to look at, because this trailer right here don't have a lot of stuff that's on the paperwork. I'm going to let you know that ahead of time. Starting off with number one, the thing that it doesn't have is a header board or a bulkhead. This one doesn't have it, but we're going to talk about it anyway. If it had it, you would touch up here, it says properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. There are no holes or missing rivets. And what I would do, since this one don't have it, I'm gonna show you right here. I would take my hand and touch it and say there are no missing rivets. But this one don't have one. You're gonna go after that. You're gonna go to your landing gear. This is your landing gear. You're gonna make sure that it's properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. That your landing gear is in the fully raised position. You're gonna be about to take your test, so your landing gear should be up. It should say it's in the fully raised position. You got to say this. And you're also gonna have to say that your crank handle is secure. I used to say that it is in the cradle, but you can say it's secure. It don't matter. Next, we're going to the frame and cross member. This right here is your frame, guys. Right here is your frame. All the stuff going across is your cross members. You're gonna make sure it's properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and there are no missing cross members. Next, you're gonna go to your frame and tandem release. That right there is your frame. On this one right here is your tandem release. On the new trailers, that's why I suggest that if y'all go over it, try to find a new trailer, because that's what you're gonna take your test on. It's a button that you mash. But you're gonna say that it's properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. The release handle and locking pins are in a fully locked position. So with this one, it's like this, but you're gonna have one that got a button on it. You're gonna make sure that the release handle and the locking pins, that's one of the pins, and the other one's way back there. But you can just stay right here and touch the release handle and the locking pin and say that they're in the fully locked position. All right. Next, we are going to, if I can find where I'm at. Let's see where I'm at. You're gonna go to your torque arm. This one, I think it got a torque arm on it. I don't know. The torque arm, you make sure it's properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. Properly mounted and secure at both ends. I'm sorry, guys. Properly mounted and secure at both ends. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. Next, you can go to your spring hangers or your mounts. You're gonna have to point it out at both ends. I'm not about to climb around and show y'all the other end. But you're gonna say it's properly mounted and secure. And you got to point out both ends. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. And that's it for that, guys. Next, you can go to your spring arm. You're gonna make sure it's properly mounted and secure at both ends. At that end and at that end. And it's not cracked, bent, or broken. Next, you're gonna go to your U-bolts. The one that you take the test on won't have U-bolts on it, so you can put an X to that. You're not gonna use that. It said on the paperwork. Guess what? There are no U-bolts on this type of suspension. But the trailer that got you looking at is gonna have the U-bolts on it. So I suggest you go find a trailer that don't, one of the new trailers that don't have that stuff on there. Next, your shock absorbers. This one right here, as you can see, got leaf springs and stuff on it, so don't have a shock absorber. But y'all know what a shock absorber look like if y'all looked at the other video. Matter of fact, I think it do got one on the back. But y'all know what a shock absorber look like. You're gonna say it's properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's not leaking. This one right here don't have airbags. It got the springs on it. You're gonna say it's properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. No abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and it's not leaking. And there are no missing mounting bolts. As you can see on this one, it says no abrasions, bulges, or cuts for the airbags. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back if I can find it. We're gonna go back to the other airbag. You know what? I'm just gonna skip over. Make sure you say abrasion, bulges, and cuts every time you do your airbags. Next, you're gonna go to your brake hoses and lines. There's your brake hoses. You're gonna make sure they're properly mounted and secure at both ends. There are no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and it is not leaking. Next, you're gonna go to your brake chamber. It's properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's not leaking. Next, you're gonna go to your slack adjuster and push rod. That's it right there. Y'all know what a slack adjuster and push rod look like now. I'm gonna say it's properly mounted secure. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. With the brakes released and pulled by hand, the push rod should not move more than 1 inch. A lot of this is repetitive. I done told y'all that. Next, you're gonna go to your brake drum. Make sure it's properly mounted secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. Then go to your brake liner. Make sure it's properly mounted secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking, no oil or debris. And the friction material is not worn dangerously thin. Like I told you guys, a lot of this stuff is repetitive. You're gonna keep saying the same thing over and over again. So remember, ABS, BBC, keep remembering. Next, you're going back to your axle hub or your axle seal, whichever one you want to call it. As you can see, this one is leaking. So if it was leaking on your test, you would say it's leaking. You ain't gonna say it's not leaking. What you're gonna say is properly mounted secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. If this was your test, you wouldn't say it's not leaking. You would say it's leaking. But the one you're gonna have, your trainer gonna make sure it's not leaking. So you're gonna say it's not leaking, and it's filled to manufacturer specifications. Also too, on this one, they don't say anything about the no missing bolts, but as you can see, this one got bolts on it. So just go ahead and say it anyway. You don't get points off for saying too much, but you will get points off for not saying enough. So just go ahead and say it's not missing bolts. Your lure nuts, properly mounted secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. None are missing. No rust, trails, or powder residue. No cracks around the bolt holes. You're gonna go to your rim, properly mounted secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. No unauthorized wheels. And then you're gonna check your spacing. Now on this, some of y'all may have some that have the super singles on it, and you should, but if you don't, on your test it should have the super singles on it, so you shouldn't have to check the spacing. But if you do, you're gonna say there's nothing stuck in between the tires. It's basically it for your spacing. Then you can go back to your tires again. You're gonna say that there are no abrasions, bulges, or cuts to both the sidewall, both sidewalls, and your tread. You're gonna say the tread depth is no less than 2/32 of an inch, and it's built to manufacturer specifications and check with the air gauge. So remember, your trailer tires and the back tires on your tractor are both 2/32 of an inch. Your front tire on your truck should be 4/32. So that's 4/32. Anything else is 2/32 of an inch. Just remember that. Next, you're gonna go to your mud flap. You're gonna make sure that your mud flap is properly mounted secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. I went and checked both mud flaps and said it. Next, you're gonna go to your rear door and your hinges. You're gonna make sure that it's properly mounted secure, it's not cracked, bent, or broken. That it opens and closes properly. I can't open this one, but you're gonna make sure it's open and closes properly. And latches properly. And that your door seals are not worn or dry rotted. You should have some door seals that go around up in here, but this one don't. But anyway, that's why I was telling you guys, if you can find a new trailer to practice on, because that's the one you're gonna take your test on. Man of the Land Trucking, I am out, guys.